Hello, beautiful people. It's another edition on your favorite show, Lifestyle Diary. My name remains Ifi Lawal, and today I have a very interesting guest on the show. And it's no other person than my husband, Mr. Mr. Ademola Lawal. So it's important I invite a male figure on the show today. And there's no other person, no better person than my own husband. At least, so most of the things I'll be saying today will not be like, oh, they are fabricated or she's just speaking. Now I have my husband on the show. So I put up a post and I got so many responses after several mails from different people saying, oh, why don't you bring up this topic on lifestyle diaries? Why don't you talk about domestic violence in marriage? Your platform is for marriages and homes. So I thought about it and I felt it wise to do it today. So today we'll be addressing domestic violence in marriages, in homes. And I want to state that this particular show right here is not to condemn Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu. In fact, I respect her so much. She's a woman that has ministered to me, ministered to my home, ministered to so many people. And I respect her choice of remaining in her home. I don't know what God told her. I don't know her reasons for remaining there. But then, may her soul rest in peace. So today we're going to be treating vast things related to domestic violence because domestic violence is a compound thing. It's not even just, oh, a man hits you. There are so many ways that domestic violence plays out in the home, right?
Yeah, of course, sure.
Right. But then before we go further, I want to say that even God condemns domestic violence. So I want us to read First Corinthians 7 verse 15. Honey, would you do me the honors? First Corinthians chapter 7 verse 15, please. Can you read it?
Okay. It says, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God had called us to peace.
So, leaving your partner based on domestic violence. Yeah. So, as I was saying, walking out of that violent marriage is not a sin because the world has made it look like, oh, separation and divorce is a sin. Once a woman walks out of her home, oh, she has failed. Or once a minister of God walks out of the marriage or relationship, they have failed. No, my sister and my brother, you walking out of that relationship that threatens your peace and threatens your life is not a sin. And I want to tell you that you did not fail yourself, neither did you fail God by living. Rather, you have helped God because God created you separately. You were once on your own before you met that partner, and after that partner, you life will still continue. If any one of them passes away, life will continue. Life will not pause because one person passed away. So please, you did not fail yourself. You did not fail your ministry. You did not fail God. Rather, you helped humanity. So, like I was saying, there are different things that makes up abuse. It's not until the man hits you. There are so many, even before marriage, there are even so many signs, so many symptoms of all this, but people just tend to turn, a close eye to it and then venture into it. But marriage is a lifetime institution, though. It's not something that you just go into, oh, because let me just do it. If it doesn't work 1 year, walk away. Please check your partners. I'm sure there are some people that would have seen these signs. I applaud the lady, the trendy one that Ada, I think her name is Ada, that actually said she had to call off her wedding because of domestic violence. The man has not even married her, and you could see the pictures of things he has done to her. Then imagine after marriage when he feels he holds the woman. So please, I need more people to speak up. Speak up. Leave an abusive relationship. It's better to be alive than to be dead and people are now telling the story on your behalf. So, abuse comes in different ways. There are emotional abuse, which I feel, because people actually said, "Oh, don't go on your show and be speaking for the women only. Men go through abuse as well, and more of the emotional abuse." And then when I talk about emotional abuse, I mean the verbal. You know, we women we are quick to hit on the men, tell them things that ruin down their ego. I don't know. That's why I actually have my husband here to speak for him, because I have never been an abusive wife, whether emotionally, I don't know, otherwise, but I need my husband to speak, because he was actually the one telling me that he has seen so many people complain about this verbal abuse too. So, over to you, Mr. Adebola.
Yes, that's just the fact. You see, these things are intertwined. I always say so because a man, of course, a masculine man, he beats, he attacks, he hits. Then the woman, a feminine woman, what she does, she talks, she shouts, she abuses. So I think basically the men should stop absolutely, no matter what happens, do not hit a woman.
Mm,
And same thing goes to the woman. To no matter what happens, never insult or abuse a man.
mm,
Because these are this is the same thing, yeah. It's like you are if a man beats you, he's beating you.
you'll be
If a
shouting.
woman abuses you, she's beating you also. So these things go together, they move together. And well, I just hope this thing can have a stop one day so people can live a happy life.
Well, and then you agree with me that there is no reason, there is no justification of a man hitting a woman.
Yeah, I just said so now. No justification, no reason at all for a man to beat a woman, and no justification and no reason at all for a woman to open her mouth and insult a man.
Women, we've heard it. Insults, constant nagging too. Because I know someone actually wrote and on my WhatsApp status that I posted yesterday, and then the person responded to me saying that, oh, he has seen a Christian home where the woman as early as 6 a.m. is already battering the man in words, and then the man won't say anything. But trust me, one day that man would explode. But my advice to men there is rather than exploding, to the violent means, why don't you just tell that woman, okay, can we just go our separate way for now until we can really figure out what we want? Because I think until people sit down and have discussions like this, this domestic violence thing will continue. If a woman is running you down with her mouth every day, killing your self-esteem, and you feel you are no longer the head of the home, you feel you are no longer a man due to what she does to you, why don't you have a conversation with her? Okay, my wife, I don't think this thing is really paying us to, so that I don't turn to someone you don't know in this home, so I don't turn violent. Why don't we go our separate ways for now? And why don't we just think of what we can do to better ourselves apart? Because the more you stay with a toxic person, the more you stay with an abusive person, it leads to the violent parts, where the beating and then probably a case of death occurs. So yeah, we're not even yet to just keep saying, oh, because this domestic violence has been in existence over the years. But thank God for social media. People are coming out to speak. People are really telling their stories. But then we keep talking and talking. How does this thing? What do we do to stop it? People are abused daily, emotionally. Women are being sexually abused in the home. Men are being treated badly by their wives verbally. They insult them. You know, toxic relationship everywhere. And I want to say that any man or any woman that wants to get something from their wife, and then they have, or their husband, they have to go tricky, in a trickish way. They have to work on your emotion. They have to work on your, make you feel in a kind of way to get something from you, whether finance, whether to get you to do something. That relationship is already very toxic. If you are not sincere with yourselves in your relationship, it's already very toxic. And those are what leads to this violence thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Because by the time you are already toxic and this one is not truthful, to get a wife, probably the wife is the financially buoyant one, to get your wife to do something, you have to come with a story that is not true, or you have to blackmail her emotionally to get something from her. Or a wife, you need to get to your husband, you use the children as a bait, or you just have to do things. Some people go as far as calling fake prophets to talk to their husband. Those things are already toxic. And trust me, it leads to no good. It leads to no good. Manipulation, abuse, different things. These are all what sums up to this domestic violence. By the time you keep doing all that, one day, one partner will just explode. Be sincere, be truthful to yourselves. So, back to Mrs. Osinachi's case. Like I was saying, I was still trying to ponder and see reasons why she did what she did. But then I talked about shame. Don't be ashamed to walk away because even the Bible supports it. Anything that takes your peace, anything that threatens your life, walk away from it. Forget the shame. People would still talk. Okay, now she's dead. She can't tell her story. People are even the ones telling her story on her behalf. Now, the husband is already a suspect. So whatever he says now, people will not even acknowledge it. That's why I said it's better to have conversations and walk away. Because no matter what Mr. Nwachukwu says now, nobody will believe him. But while they were having those issues in their home, if one partner had come out to speak their truth, by now, if Mr. Nwachukwu says anything, somebody will say, okay, yeah, Mrs. Osinachi's family, they're all saying their own. They don't live with them. Mr. Nwachukwu has his own story to tell, but he won't be believed anymore. Now, Mrs. Osinachi that is supposed to say her own truth is no more. So you see why it's easier to walk away? Because the children you are trying to protect, what happens to them now? Honey? What happens to those kids? She's no longer alive to even say okay, the children that she was trying to stay in the marriage for, she doesn't even know what's going to happen to them.
I think basically just to would I say buttress your point.
Yeah.
Basically, I think see we human beings are the problems of ourselves.
Yeah.
That is just the issue. These things are not too difficult. What I believe and what I think everybody should believe and what I also think a lot of people believe is once in a marriage, in a home, and the man attacks you once, basically,
You do it
as
again
it
now.
is now, as of today, just walk, just walk,
Take your walk.
just take a walk. If you're in a marriage and the woman speaks to you anyhow, talks to you anyhow, yes, you just walk too. Just go, just let it go. The woman can't beat you. You are the man you can beat. Now, the
Before
man
it
might
gets
likely
heavy.
not start abusing you and talking, but he might beat you. If a man beats you once, just get the hell out. If a woman insults you, get the hell out. Because this whole thing now will come to it. But everybody has his own. The man is beating, the woman is insult. If he's beating, it's abuse. If she's insulting, it's abuse. So everybody has the one he picks. Hmm? I've seen cases. You see a man, he will go to bed. He might likely not wake up alive. What is that? Is that marriage? The chairman of the PDP board of trustees, his daughter, a former, you know, the wife stabbed his son to death because of what infidelity or what. Why did she just take a walk? You killed him, she's gonna go jail. The other we've seen cases where women castrate their husbands, where women pour acid on their husbands. Even some women go as far as pouring acid on the girlfriend of their husband. Attack all these things, just go. We've seen the cases where even women even keep relationship. In fact, the time DNA issue was trending, where women will go get pregnant for other men
Another
outside
man.
out of matrimony.
A man finds out
A
and
man find and starts beating her up. It's also just I don't know. It's a very wide issue and topic to discuss. A lot of things happen. No, a lot of men can't. Okay, your wife are married. You now go outside, go and get pregnant for that man and bring until you are the owner of the pregnancy.
and you
You now
find
take
out.
care before you find out. You take care of that child for like 18 years or 17 years. Some people, the man that got the woman pregnant, will be coming behind to see the woman, even in the man's house when the man is not around, and no vice versa.
And the man finds out
And the man
and
finds
it's
out, he might kill the woman off. So sometimes even tempt our partners to even be violent. Men have killed women have killed men. on social media, a man just push his wife from two-story building down. So that man, the man beat his wife, beat even the small baby on top, and the man woman was bleeding. It was trending too. You know,
So
now look at
before
this
it gets
case
to
too.
that,
This case was the same thing. What are we doing?
so before it gets to the violent part, please, like we're saying, it's better to be alive. Take a walk. Take a walk. Leave. You see, okay, the woman got pregnant out of wedlock. The man has been taking care of the child, and he finds out. Oh God, please, before you kill the woman, just send her away with the child. Send her away with the child because I don't know. I don't know whatever the problem because before this Mrs. Osinachi's case got to that, I'm sure there must have been other issues. The man can't just wake up. I don't know. I'm not trying to justify the man's actions too, but a right thinking man cannot just wake up and be beating the woman. So please sit down, talk. If it's not working, oh God, let's go our separate ways. Because look at this thing now. It has brought shame to the house of God. The shame she was trying to avoid now, it has brought it has ripped the house of God apart. Pastors are being blamed for what they don't know, for what they know nothing about. Because I'm sure there is no right thinking pastor too that will be aware of such issue that will not advise them to stay apart for some time until they can really get things together. Now, you are a minister of God in songs. You believe that if you leave your marriage, people will not really probably patronize you or they don't see you fit to minister to them anymore. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work there because before the marriage, you had your life, you have your destiny to fulfill. And even after this marriage, you still fulfill your destiny. You put your children, into consideration. If you don't put your life in consideration, these children that you are raising in abusive marriage, they will grow up to repeat the same cycle that you are just undergoing. The boys, they watch their father abuse their mother, and then they think it's the right thing to do. They grow up, marry an innocent girl, repeat the same thing because they see that that's the only way they can become men in their home. Now, if there are female children in that home, they grow up to become timid under men. They grow up not, knowing their place as women. They grow up being scared. So why do we repeat? Because if we don't handle and treat all these things, this domestic violence is just going to continue over and over and over again. So please, like I said, nothing, whatever happens in this life, nothing is worth sacrificing your life for. There's nothing worth dying for. Leave a toxic relationship, leave a manipulative relationship, leave an abusive relationship. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, please. Pastors are being dragged. And trust me, they might not know these things. They might not know the full story behind this. They might even just be told a false a narrative. Please, children are already produced in an abusive way because you training your children in such condition is already child abuse. Don't be too heavily cautious and become earthly. I don't want to use very any foul word here. Earthly ignorance, please. Our life matters. Women's life matters. Men's life matters. Let's not abuse our husbands to the point that, as women, let's not abuse our husbands to the point that they become violent men because they need to speak up. Women, please, if you are in a relation that you're doing your best and the man is becoming violent, take a walk. Men, take a walk if it threatens your peace too. Women, take a walk if it threatens your peace and threatens your life. And also, like my husband was even saying, what of if the children threaten your life? And I said,
Hey, you take a walk.
no, you don't take a walk. You pray for them. You go on your knees and pray for
What if
them.
they don't change?
And if they don't change, please take them for deliverance. They're your children. You can't kill
What if
them.
a Muslim?
You take them for deliverance too. I don't know how the Muslims do their own, but you take them for deliverance. Please, we're just trying to make it a little comical, but then it's a very serious issue here. The environment you build yourself in, whatever the environment you find yourself, whatever you take into your soul is what builds you up. Life is very important and life is for the living.
Life is sweet.
Life is sweet if you're with the right partner.
Yes, you enjoy.
Life is beautiful if you're with the right partner. And if you are trying, you're doing all you can to make your partner the way you want and it's not working, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You are not to be blamed. And if you leave, you are not failing God. Please. Like I said, we've seen from the scripture. If it threatens your life, if it threatens your peace, take a walk out of that marriage. Take a walk out of that relationship. We hope we have been able to, profile little solution. And our solution remains: take a walk. Take a walk. Leave that abusive relationship. Leave that abusive marriage. So I hope we have been able to provide this solution, a little solution to this, because this domestic violence thing, it will continue. But the more people see that, okay, I'm not ready to take this nonsense, I'm going, then the men too will reason better, the women too will know how to curb their mouth. So I hope we're able to, reach out to you in our own little way. Please like our posts, comment, subscribe to our channel. We have more videos coming up, and we'll see you next time on Lifestyle Diaries. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
watching.
Thank you.